Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Danu Sisda Rafiyandi. Today, I would like to retell a story entitled Wanted to Large Biscuit Tin. The story is about a unique baking competition held by a company that backfired because of a massive injury. The main characters are the biscuit manufacturers, a lady, a man, and a clever college student. The story takes place in a biscuit factory. At the beginning of the story, the author explained how advertising subtly influenced us by using competition. One day, a biscuit company asked radio listeners to bake the biggest biscuit possible, offering to pay $2 for every pound it weighed. Then, entries started flooding in. A lady broke a 500-pound biscuit on a wheelbarrow, and a man broke a 713-pound one in his carport. The problem started when, right before the competition closed, a lorry arrived with a colossal biscuit weighing 2,400 pounds, baked by a college student. In the end, it was so incredibly heavy that the factory had to use a crane just to remove it from the lorry. Finally, the story ends with the manufacturers having to pay much money than they had anticipated, shelling out $4,800 to the student. Moral value from this story, we can learn that we should always be prepared for the unexpected consequence of our own professional scams, and people will go to extreme lengths to get something for nothing. That's all my story. Thank you, see you for attention. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Danu Sisda Rafiyandi. Today, I would like to retell a story entitled Instinct or Cleverness. The story is about a homeowner who conducted a small experiment to block a colony of ants, only to be outsmarted by them. The main characters are the narrator and a highly resourceful colony of ants. The story takes place in the narrator garden last summer. At the beginning of the story, the author describes how humans generally dislike insects but are still less fascinated by them. One day, the narrator noticed thousands of ants crawling up braided peach tree to get a honey-like substance from tiny insects called aphids. Then, the narrator decided to start an experiment and wrap the base of the tree trunk with very sticky tape to block their path. After that, the ants looked completely confused and accumulated at the bottom, unable to cross the tape even by midnight. The problem started when the narrator checked them again the next morning, hoping they had given up. In the end, the narrator discovered that then the ants had not given up all. Finally, the story ends with the narrator feeling completely defeated because the clever ants had found a new route by climbing up the house wall to reach the leaf from above. From this story, we can learn that determination and adaptability are key to overcoming obstacles, and we should never underestimate the problem-solving skill of small creatures. That's all my story. Thank you for watching.